Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I have a very interesting story for you guys today, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Now, it seems that there's a little bit more stuff here that's really seeming to be leading the eye, and I'm going to go over it. Now, there is two stories to this. There is the story that happened before, and the story that's happening now, or that was just recently released. So, I'm going to give an update, and there's still something I want to talk about as well when it comes down to the other murder incident of a gay person in, I may believe, California, which I'm going to go to that at some point as well. I'm waiting for the story to pop out. Well, we have this. Is that suspect Jason Billingsley apprehended by U.S. Marshals in killing a Baltimore tech CEO. Jason Billingsley is the registered sex offender of being sought in the killing of Baltimore tech entrepreneur Prava LaPierre, as well as an earlier rape and arson, was taken into custody after 11 p.m. at a train station in Bowie, U.S. Marshals confirmed. The arrest brings to a close on something a few days as new and disturbing details continue to emerge about Billingsley, 32, a convicted felon, was released on April 5th, 2022, after more than 9 years of incarceration. LaPierre, an admired leader known as a rising star in her field, was found on the roof of her Mount Vernon apartment building late Monday morning. She had been reported missing earlier that day. Her body was partially clothed with sightings of blunt force trauma. Authorities did not believe LaPierre knew the suspect. Even as the police identified Billingsley as a suspect and warned that he was a dangerous threat, authorities released few details about his alleged involvement in another crime that had occurred days earlier. This individual will kill and he will rape, Acting Police Commissioner Richard Worley said late Tuesday. He will do anything he can to cause harm. Please be aware of your surroundings. So, this is what I am so disturbed and confused by, is why is this person released out of jail if he was going to do these things, or they knew he was going to do these things, or he was this big of a threat? So, that's a huge issue here. I don't know why this guy was released if he was such a big problem. To add another insult to injury as well, it seems that all of this is just horrible on their part as well. They didn't release very much information, and what I'm going to go with this is here, with the information that provided, there was a guy that told me specifically, or told my group of friends at the time specifically, that he didn't want any record of when they go to jail, that no record that they should have any record, they should have a clean state. And this is a good example of why the police she had been reported missing earlier that day. Her body was partially clothed with signs of blunt force trauma. Authorities do not believe police knew the suspect. So obviously, this person here, they didn't have very much information on the fact at all, and this is what came of the result. Maybe probably releasing more information to everybody might have been a better idea. On September 19th, a man banged on the door of a rooming house in the 800 block of Esmond Avenue in West Baltimore and identified himself as a maintenance worker. When no one opened up, he kicked the front door, pointed a gun at two people inside, then handcuffed and duct taped them, according to the source of knowledge in the investigation. Authorities believe Billingsley raped the woman and cut her neck. He doused her and the man with some liquid, then set them on fire, according to the source. The couple survived and were hospitalized along with a child in the house. A neighbor recalled everyone rushing outside when the fire broke out. The neighbor told the banner they saw two people put into an ambulance and the victims were saying they had been tortured. Latrice Johnson said her 26-year-old son, Jonte Gilmore, is being treated for burns to his chest, arms, and feet. He underwent surgery Wednesday to graft skin from his thighs to other parts of his body. Johnson said she learned the morning of September 19th that her son was attacked. She wishes police had done more after the attack to spread the word about Billingsley's identity. This is the thing that fool that goes on to say, oh, well, they don't need to have any records. They should have a clean slate. Well, this is what happens when people are not aware of things. You fool. You have now seen on why people, when things are not known to people, when we don't know about how terrible they are, this is the consequence of their of not knowing that information. So I do say you, sir, you're an idiot, and please, maybe with your own ideas, you might understand that stupidity is very high is very high for you. So we're gonna go on to this. It gets now this gets way more interesting because, as I was saying here, yes, this was all bad, but this gets way more. Well, yeah. New details emerge about the slaying of beloved Baltimore tech CEO and the suspect in her killing. Goes on to say here. Just moments before police believe Baltimore tech executive Paula Lapierre was killed, surveillance footage captured her alleged attacker following her into the elevator of her apartment building where her body would be discovered on the roof days later, court documents say. The documents shed new light on an alleged Friday night interaction between Lapierre and the man accused of killing her, Jason Dean Billingsley, a convicted sex offender who was already being sought by police as a suspect in rape, arson, and attempted murder days earlier. Lapierre, CEO and co-founder of the small startup EchoMap Technologies, likely died Friday, police said, but her body wasn't discovered until Monday. On Friday, Billingsley was captured on video following Lapierre as she walked home. Law enforcement sources briefed on the investigation told CNN Lapierre did not seem to notice the suspect who kept a distance from her, they said. Lapierre entered her apartment building's lobby, but later returned to the front door after she saw a man, later identified as Billingsley, waving at her through the glass. A statement of charges obtained by CNN affiliate says citing surveillance footage. Billingsley appeared as though he was having trouble getting into the building, as if he had forgotten his keys, the sources said. Lapierre opened the door and let Billingsley in. According to the document, the two can be seen on video having a conversation before getting into an elevator together, it says. Later, the suspect is seen coming back in the lobby through a stairwell, scrambling for an exit, and wiping his hand on his shorts, the document says. About 40 minutes passed between when Billingsley followed Lapierre into the elevator and when he left the building, sources said. When her body was discovered on the rooftop on Monday, police found several items scattered across the scene, including a pair of red shoes believed to be Lapierre's. The document said she died of blunt force trauma and strangulation, it said. After days-long manhunt, Billingsley was arrested Wednesday at a train station in Bowie, Maryland, about 25 miles from downtown Baltimore. A judge in Baltimore on Friday ordered Billingsley to remain in jail without bail, citing his criminal history, saying he is a flight risk, according to the affiliate. He should have been an issue beforehand. Why he was not arrested is beyond me and not in jail. The police knew about this, and they still let this man go free. It's just completely asinine. Billingsley has been charged with first-degree murder, first-degree assault, and other charges. Lapierre's death Maryland court records show he is also facing first-degree attempted murder, attempted second-degree murder, first-degree rape, second-degree rape, and first-degree arson for September 19th on Edmonds Avenue. About a mile from Lapierre's body was found 4 days later. Police were already searching for the suspect. They were already talking about this guy and what have you, and this is the case of it all. Well, this is what we're seeing here. This is Baltimore, guys. This is where we're at, where this tech CEO was murdered brutally, and she ended up actually letting somebody on the inside. The fool, as dumb as it was, and I'm not saying that because you let somebody into your home, you deserve to be raped and killed. No, I am not saying that. What I'm saying is that you need to be careful on this type of stuff. However, this is the fault on the police as well. Because, the police needed to be more upfront on the actual people the person that was actually here, right? That's just plain and simple. And what I'm seeing here is that that's just not happening. That did not happen, so this is a horrible tragedy. And it's disgusting to hear that this happened, but she just led the person into her home, and this is what led her to her tragic fate. Nobody, regardless of what political aisle that you're on, deserves a fate as bad as this, and hoping that they get some type of justice. I'm not entirely sure that she will get this justice, because Baltimore cases and all that sort of any woke place has very lenient on criminals, so criminals won't get the justice they deserve, the justice that they all rightfully deserve. Part of the reason why I say this is that this woman has also been known that's gone on to say that you're right. There are many tech CEOs who don't give great candidates a second look, but you're not right to generalize. Our company is black and women owned, 50% not white, 50% female. We do not have educational requirements and often hire very smart people without formal degrees. And this person just seems to be voting for the incorrect things that has been going on here in our society. And let this be a notice to you ladies. If you think that not voting away people's ability to defend themselves, this is where it's going to get you. You're going to have people coming into your home, and you're going to have the just tragedy thing happen to you. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is not, and this guy did not, he has a gun, right? And you don't have one. Well, guess what? You voted your ability to not have a gun. So now you're in defenseless mode to where you can't have a gun because it's now outlawed, and you could have defended yourself, but you couldn't because you voted away their right to defend yourself. And this is only talking about the female Democrats. I'm not talking about the young ladies that, want the ability to defend themselves. I'm talking about the female Democrats, which is the majority of you, to where you think it's okay to not be able to defend yourself with a gun because other people are getting killed by it. Well, guess what? Now you just removed your ability to defend yourself. And I want to be honest. I want everybody to be able to defend themselves regardless of the situation. And if you're going to remove your ability to defend yourself, then how can I feel any kind of sympathy for you? I'm not saying that she deserves to have the situation happen to her, but this is the case and reality of everything. Alright guys, that's the video. Like, subscribe, share. As always, take care.